Our next voice note is from Shirley.
Shirley.
Dear Jill, my partner passed away in January. We weren't married. If we had been, I would have been a widow. But only being his partner, I feel like I'm nothing. It seems really strange as we were together for nearly 25 years. Thank you, Shirley.
Well, I do have some personal experience with this, Shirley, so I do know what you're talking about. Was I was with my partner only for 2 years. So you were with yours for a lot longer. But weirdly, the way people react to you not being married is very strange, isn't it? People would say, "Oh, you've lost your partner. Were you married?" "No." "How long were you with them?" I say 2 years. "Oh, okay." And it was almost like, "Oh, well, you weren't married, you were only with them 2 years." And I'd be thinking, wow, is that like some sort of like limit? Is there a certain amount of years you're supposed to be with someone before it is like bad enough? And with you, like you say, in the eyes of the law, there's not a lot of power there because you weren't married. And the thing you have to do, you've got to do this, you can't let society or the way other people react to your loss, you cannot let that affect it. I had to keep reminding myself time and time and time again, I know what we had. I know how we felt about each other. I know the things we used to say to each other. I know what we wanted for our future. That's what's important. You would have known that person better than anyone. 25 years, you would have known that person inside out. So don't let anything in the way like society's structured and legal documents and things like that, or anyone's commentary on the fact that you weren't married, don't let that get in the way of your grief, because you've got a really difficult journey ahead of you. And it's going to be really tough. And what you do not need is to be pulling yourself down or telling yourself, well, I don't matter. I was just the girlfriend. No, you were each other's chosen partner. You were each other's soulmates. You had chosen to be together for that long. And I'm sure you would have been together for the rest of your life had he not passed away. So I do know it's challenging, that feeling, and I really do speak from personal experience. There was a few situations I had very early on after Matt died where there were some really hurtful things that were said to me that made me feel like I was just a girlfriend. I found it so painful. It's almost like you feel like you've been pulled apart. You feel like you've been ripped apart. And then you feel like somebody just wants to pour a bit of poison inside. You think, why? But I think people get very possessive about their positioning of the person that's gone. Who's the closest? Who was this? Who was that? And all you need to know is what you know about your own relationship. You concentrate on that. If there's anybody that makes you feel any less than what you know, you can either, it's your choice, you can either say that wasn't the case, that's not how it was, this is how we felt about each other, or you can just take no notice of them. It's hard, but you can just close that sort of conversation down and just let them think what they need to think. But what the thing that I found particularly hard was having that strength and like clarity of mind to do that whilst I was also on my knees. And I just thought, I just don't know if I've got the strength to do this, but for the most part I did. And now when I look back on it, I feel really proud and I feel even closer to Matt because I stayed strong with that, because I didn't let anyone tell me I meant less to him than I knew that I did. So I really feel for you. I really feel like I really understand where you're coming from. But, grieving's going to pull you apart and, feel like you're being, dragged around in a storm. And what you don't need is any other level of you being pulled down or being questioned or being made to feel anything less than what you are and what you two had. So just keep reminding yourself of that. Only you know. Only you know what you had, and that's the only thing that's important. Keep talking to him as well. Keep talking to him. That's what I did. I just kept saying, people are saying this, and this is what somebody said to me today, and that really hurt, and blah, blah, blah. And I just kept saying it out loud and kept having conversations with him. And that really helped me. So I hope that helps you. Thanks, Shirley.